Assalamu alaikum, Elena here, the Muslim travel girl, and today is the video about the Umrah vaccine. Apologies, I'm doing it in my car, which I kind of like, so maybe I'll keep this studio setup here since, mommy ran and the school ran. But I didn't want to delay this video because I have received hundreds of messages with regards to the Umrah vaccine. We are covering who needs the vaccine, what is the vaccine about, should you get the vaccine, where do you get the vaccine, everything vaccine related. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one, who needs the vaccine or what is the Umrah vaccine? So the Umrah vaccine in reality is the meningitis vaccine, which has been required for years. It used to be a very much Umrah visa thing 10 years ago, before 2019, when the Saudi tourist visa came, and it was always a requirement by agents to issue your visa. The introduction of the tourist visa, we assume that this is not the case because nowhere on the website it states that you do need an Umrah vaccine. It's literally, it says all the requirements, but nothing regards to the vaccination. So for years, people have been going for Umrah without actually getting the meningitis vaccine, whether UK or anywhere around the world, because that is issued by the health ministry as a requirement. However, all the tourism offices, the visa waivers, they did not update their website. Even in 2024, it was required to actually have the vaccine. Now, did people get checked? Some did, some didn't. And we're going to cover that later. But all it is about is the actual meningitis vaccine that people need when they go for Umrah. Before 2019, agents and the airports used to check that. After 2019, with the introduction of the tourist visa, there have been less checks, let's be honest. Who actually needs the meningitis vaccine? The meningitis vaccine is needed by anyone who wants to go for Umrah over the age of 1 year old. Wants to get into Mecca and Medina, basically. I asked particularly the Saudi tourism office if this is the case for those who are on visa waivers or tourist visas, and they came back with a reply saying that every single person, irrelevant of their visa type, who is going for Umrah, i.e. Mecca, Medina, should have the meningitis vaccine over the age of 1. Now, I have included links in the description of this video with everything I have found on the UK government website. I'm from the UK, on the Saudi health website, as well as the Health Travel Pro organization, which also has the requirement for 2024. I'm including a screenshot here, but this was a requirement last year as well. You can read up yourself. The health ministry suggests the meningitis vaccine as a requirement for everyone over the age of 1, irrespective of what type of visa they hold. Now, there are other ones that are suggested or optional, like the COVID vaccine, like yellow fever vaccine and polio vaccine, depending on the countries that you come from, if you're from a high-risk country, because they probably have had cases that now they're required. Now, the other question is why this thing became so popular on social media? Because at the beginning of every year, the health ministry issues their requirement for Umrah and Hajj, and Hajj this year is a little bit earlier. So agents got hold of the papers and they started telling people that yes, it is needed for everyone and you should have it before you go, which basically created this frenzy. Now, people are stating you need this from the 1st of February 2025. I am making this video in January 2025. I personally have not found a date from a reliable source. I'm not talking about agent. I'm talking about a government official website. The health statement is issued at the beginning of the year. Personally, I would assume this is literally the time of when you need it from. Now, another very important part of the vaccine is that it requires to have the vaccine 10 days before you enter Saudi Arabia. So make sure that you do your maths and your calculations. And if you are to get yourself the vaccine, you do that 10 days before. So where do you get the vaccine from? You can get the vaccine in the UK from Boots, from a pharmacy. It costs approximately £50 out with your local pharmacy or with your local Boots, which is similar to Walgreens in the US, but sometimes they don't have them in stock, so you do need to wait for delivery. And because you need the vaccine 10 days prior to your travel, make sure you do that at least a month. Now, also make sure you get yourself a certificate, because if you get stopped and you get asked, you will need to show this certificate as proof of your vaccination. The other question is, do children need this vaccine? over the age of 1, children need this vaccination. I have personally done the meningitis vaccination myself. In the UK, somebody mentioned that children around the age of 8 or 9 have part of their immunization system a vaccine, a meningitis vaccine. The Health Pro organization mentions that this is not enough for the full dosage of the meningitis protection. I am not a health professional. This is not a health or medical video, nor it is a legal video. Every single information I have found online with regards to the meningitis vaccine required for Umrah. So do your own research, speak to medical professionals with regards to children and how you want to approach this. But this is what the websites I have found, which are linked in the description below, tell exactly what they need. The other very important question is, are you going to be checked if you actually go for Umrah? Now, I have never been checked by the immigration office. And as I've said for 2024, it was still a requirement. Airlines usually check those as well as agents. You might get asked. Saudi is not one roof fit all. Some people get asked, some people don't get asked. There are millions who visit Saudi Arabia for Umrah every single year, which is one of the reasons why I have a video here on why you need travel insurance to make sure that you stay healthy and you have enough protection, because there are people from everywhere around the world. Cases like meningitis, cases like polio, sickness, viruses, COVID, it happens. So you want to be protected. Are you going to be checked? I don't know. You don't know. I have had cases over the years of people who messaged and said, yes, we require them. My friend went last month. She did get the vaccinations. She did it for her own peace of mind and for her family's safety. Do you want to do that? It's a personal choice. But do you want to end up at the airport and being asked for a vaccination certificate and the agent not letting you check in because you don't have it and then you lose your Umrah? That choice is yours. Nobody really can answer that for you. Will immigration ask them? But I also believe that now with this whole traction that it has taken on social media, you will start to get more checks to make sure that people are actually following the rules or the requirement from the health ministry. Because at the end of the day, immigration lets you in. The person who is going to have more problem is the health authorities, because they will have to deal with all the sick people or with a virus, outbreak. So they do want to they will probably start checking more. This is my experience. This is my opinion. So as a summary to conclude this video, the Umrah vaccine is the meningitis vaccine that you require to enter Saudi Arabia to visit Mecca and Medina. If you're going on a tourist visa and you're visiting Jeddah and Riyadh and not Mecca and Medina, you don't need a meningitis vaccine. However, if you are visiting the holy city as a Muslim for Umrah, you are required by the Ministry of Health to have the meningitis vaccine, which is the Umrah vaccine. There are other optional vaccines. You will find every single link in the description below. I have put them in a PDF for you, so it's easy. You can just print it out and keep them if you want. Children over the age of 1 required it, and you do require it irrespective of what type of Umrah or nationality you have. Some countries, however, that have high risk on yellow fever, and those are mentioned in the PDF from the health ministry, also require yellow fever and polio vaccination. So make sure you check out those if you need it. And if you are getting the vaccine, make sure you get yourself a certificate so you can prove that you actually have the vaccine. It is valid for 3 to 5 years, so you don't have to do it every single year you go. Just note the date that you've had it and make sure you keep hold of the certificate, because some people messaged me that they had the vaccine, but they lost the certificate. So now they have to have the vaccine. But this is everything I have found. The cost for the vaccine in the UK is approximately £50 per person, depending on the location of which you are from. And you do need to have the vaccine 10 days prior to your travel. So make sure you factor that in. I hope this video was beneficial. If you like it, like, share, and subscribe. I have a full Umrah guide under this video as well, which can help you plan your own Umrah and save money, as well as the links to the description. And if you want to check out more of my videos, you can do that here.